justice for all.
Everybody can see it. We stand in front of it.
Good morning and welcome to the June 7th, 2021 Clinton County Board of Commissioners meeting. As always, the first item on our agenda today, after the pledge, is the opportunity for public comment. So if anyone here is from the public who wishes to speak on any topic, now is the time. All we ask is that you remain cordial and brief. Okay, seeing no one.
You got one.
Dr. Tharp. Good morning.
I just wanted to come up and thank the commissioners, council, all of the folks here in county government that have helped us do a great job, I think, in getting through the last year. And I also have many folks, that have helped us along the way. But I did feel like it was important to just come up and say thank you. We really appreciate it. I think we've done the best job we could, and I think we still have a little bit to go, but it is a whole lot better than it was a year ago. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Tharp. We appreciate your effort, and we've leaned on you pretty hard for your expertise, and we are thankful for that. And I only speak for myself, but I can only assume my two colleagues agree that we're extremely pleased with how things went, and have heard nothing but good things. So, and I think the proof is in the numbers, and we've had I think at one time Rodney said we were second in the state per capita as far as vaccinations, so that's pretty spectacular. So, thank you. Okay. Tim, you're up. Good morning.
So have you guys had the ability to look over the numbers at all?
Yes.
So I guess the first thing is AT&T is discontinuing the T1s that they currently provide us, which means we need to either switch to their fiber or look for a different contractor for our current phone service here at the county courthouse. Gibson has proposed to use a company called Windstream. They get our ADDID numbers and everything ported over to that company for roughly around $395. That number is going to vary a little bit because we've got to do some E911, which wasn't included in that. And that's basically just giving each office the ability, like if the auditor's office calls, it gives their address for the 911 system instead of just the courthouse general. So there's going to be a little bit of fluctuation. I think those are $2 per E911 that we've got to put in. And roughly, I think there's like 10 or 15 of them that we've got to add additional. So it would get the Windstream cost up just short of $450 by the time we do all that. If you look at what AT&T was proposing with their fiber, we're still going to be around $1,600 to $2,000 a month. If we go with the Windstream, that gets our numbers down to about $450 because we'll use our current internet that we're already paying for. So we could have a considerable savings by using this other company. Another portion of this was also changing over our Centrex lines, getting rid of as many of those that we can, and doing basically a digital fax kind of service. There would be some physical devices put in at the fax machines, but this would also give us the ability for offices that don't really need a fax machine but have the ability to fax straight from their computer because it'll function like an email.
Oh, wow.
And that monthly cost, I think that was down to like $280 per month for that service. So depending on what we can get rid of the Centrex lines for the fax machines, there's could be another additional savings along with that as well.
Do you know how much currently we are on the Centrex across the
Well, our Centrex bill unfortunately encompasses all of our Centrex lines, which runs about $1,900 to $2,000 a month. So that's all the phone lines at the jail, the fax lines here within the building, alarms, and fire panels as well.
So it's not broke down.
It's not really broke down per office, so that's a hard number to tell what exactly the savings would just be from converting over our fax lines. I think that would drop us, if we did them all, that would drop about 20 Centrex lines. What does that entail in that cost? That's hard to judge just based off of how that number's calculated. And then the third portion would be is what kind of started this whole project with Gibson is how can we add the jail to our current system, which then would enable us to dump even more Centrex lines over to SIP and do an additional savings to the county. The Gibson proposed cost to add the phone system to the jail would be just short of $30,000. So there is that upfront cost. There would be some additional cabling that needs to be done for that as well. Just because I know there's some phones that don't have computers near them. So they're just kind of a phone, not, a workstation for a person. So there'd be a little bit of cabling we'd have to do. I don't see that cost being enormous. There's only probably maybe a dozen at best. So, but then again, everything that we can get off the Centrex lines, only leaving what we have to, we can keep getting the county's monthly savings up towards the $3,000 mark from what we're currently paying for phone service. But the emergency that we've kind of have to deal with is what we're going to go with before July 31st.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks, AT&T.
Yeah, I mean, we just learned about that, I think, the last week of May.
Yes.
And just was able to get a conference call with them last week.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, that's kind of the emergency deadline for at least portion of this. Whether or not we want to discuss about going further with the other two pieces of this to just keep saving the county money.
You guys have any thoughts?
So I was on the conference call with AT&T.
Okay.
They kind of just want to add stuff.
Right.
It seemed like they wanted to try and switch our whole internet service and then add security and do this and do that. I didn't get a good vibe
Okay.
from the meeting we had with them. I thought it'd be better to go in a different direction, especially if working with Tim on this a little bit. I mean, I think 3,000 per month savings is attainable if we do the whole thing. And I don't want to misquote you, Tim, but I believe our jail needs upgraded because it's
Right.
pretty
Yeah, our current
outdated.
system at the jail, I would say, is original to the building. So we're talking 26, 27 years old. We're trying to do some things with it now that the system's not really adequate for. Like, for instance, we're doing a call tree, so people can call in and see, what inmates are in there, what's their release date, what's their bond. Unfortunately, right now, we can only handle one of those calls at a time because of the way their phone system works. And, we have the old Centrex lines. We only have so many. And that actually that requires two phone lines to make that happen. And with the newer technology, newer system, we can make this work a lot more efficient. You could have 5 or 6 people doing that call at the same time instead of just tying up 2 phone lines for one person.
Okay.
So there's some major improvements for switching over the jail as well. One, getting them off of a system that right now we can't fix. So, not to jinx anybody, but one good storm and we could be in a lot of trouble.
And we currently, all our hardware is through Gibson, correct? Here.
Correct. Our current phone system here is Gibson, and so that's why I reached out to them to see what it would entail to extend that over to the jail.
Okay.
And the relationship's been good. You feel like working with them?
Yeah, working with them has been fine. Not really had any issues. They seem to fix anything that I can't do, so they seem to be pretty responsive in that.
Are we the only county that's using Gibson, or is there other?
I know they have more people within within Indiana. I just don't know who all they are. I know they have some K-12s and some other
What kind of concern me?
businesses.
We have nothing to compare it to.
I mean, we already have Gibson. I just don't know. I know they do have another company or another place that uses Windstream, and doing some little looking on Windstream. They actually started as a telco in 1942, so the company has been around for a while. They've just improved and changed and added stuff over the years.
Okay.
So you think if we do all 3 of these components that he's recommended, we can achieve a $3,000 a month saving?
I think so,
Potentially.
yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be in that 2 to 4 range, just depending on some of the additional stuff, and then obviously since we don't have a good breakdown of the Centrex lines, how that's gonna affect it, but I think savings
Yeah,
are,
and some of the Centrex, unfortunately, will have to leave because it's kind of one of those things. If you touch a fire panel, it changes communication. How far do we have to go to
Yeah.
make the system compliant. So there will be some of those that we probably just can't touch to convert over.
And obviously it has the upfront cost, but ultimately, basically, within a year, we're gonna be ahead on that.
Right.
And we're gonna get, I believe, better, service, and at the end of the day, our current one's going away one way or another, so, I mean, we have to do something. So, I guess I would make,
Sounds like a good plan to me.
I would make the motion to, move forward with all three, aspects of the phone system upgrade.
I would second Jordan's motion.
Okay, you got a motion and a second, and motion carries 3-0 to
Right.
proceed with the whole suite of upgrades.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Yep, thank you. Okay, next on our agenda this morning is, I'm gonna get this wrong, Chief Deputy, correct? Sean Mayfield? Okay. It's not Deputy Chief, it's Chief Deputy. There you go.
Morning.
Good morning.
Two things I have. Number one is we're looking for some SWAT equipment. I don't know if you got the one of the estimates, if it came over through the email. So I brought the commander here, but basically they're in dire need of equipment. They're expired. When it comes to anything ballistics, it's a 5-year warranty on that. Will it last? It can last, but the liability becomes on us now,
Right.
not the manufacturer.
Yeah.
So that's where the big debate is. With that, I'll bring up Lieutenant Rodabush. He has looked at the equipment. He's the team leader now, so he can tell you what they have and what they don't have.
Morning, Dan.
Good morning, how's everybody doing?
Good, how are you?
So, I'll kind of go through what we have right now and then
Okay.
what we're looking at and why we're looking at it.
Great.
I'm gonna start with the helmets. And I brought it so you guys can see it, hold it.
Yeah.
So we got these equipment, as Sean said, going over 5 years ago.
Okay.
And if you look at this is a Threat 3A helmet. This is the standard that is being used by tactical teams across the nation. It will stop ballistic handguns, not rifle. They do have rifle out there, but they're 3,000 a helmet. Mine has been upgraded. So if you look at the harness system and the padding, none of the other guys have that. I went out of my pocket and I bought that. Okay?
They don't have padding?
They don't know, they have styrofoam blocks.
Nice.
Now, when we bought these,
Yeah.
when we bought these helmets several years ago, they were towards the mid-range. They were decent helmets. They stopped the 3A. We looked at them at that time because of cost. Now, as we've gotten along, more helmets have come out, and I've looked at them, and my concern comes back to, and that's why we picked the unit that we did, twofold. The ability to stop the rounds. That shell is made in China. I'm not real confident in that. The other issue that we have is the suspension system. So mine's upgraded and mine's still midline. Back face deformation. The helmet will stop a 9mm, but the deformation can still kill the operator.
Right.
So we've picked a helmet company that has been in line with Team Wendy. They make some of the best suspensions, and that's to help combat that deformation, injury, and or death. So you could have death, or we could have somebody's come in and
Sure.
covered for the rest of their life. And then the new skins on the outers, the company that we looked at as well, it's made in the United States. It is top grade. And of course, with top grade, it comes a little bit more hefty
Sure.
price. But you have a little more faith in your equipment,
Yeah.
and I don't have to worry about an officer being injured or die from something that.
Because equipment wasn't.
So this
up to
system
snuff.
here is what we're currently wearing. This is not what we started with, and in the quote we have there is actually kind of the system that we started with. So the system we started was twofold. It was a 3A soft vest carrier. And with that carrier, we were able to put plates in it, and I'll let you guys see this. Mine's actually lighter than the other guys. I had to switch. But we had plates front and rear that we added into that rifle plates. And we, at the time, we chose level 4s. So level 4s would stop at 308. Okay? Did front, back, and side. We had the 3A vest, and which is similar to what we wear on patrol. This also had cut resistance. Some of the ones we're in patrol do not have that. But the other things that came with it is we had neck guards, flank guards, and then we had lower abdomen and groin area guards. Those expired. Those expired before the hard plates did. So we didn't have money at that time. We transitioned over to the hard plates. These hard plates last a little longer. They're expired. They were a standalone. We could do that on that 3A. So I'll let you feel mine. Mine is actually a little lighter. Mine is coming expired. The other guys already are. I had to switch the front and rear plates. They're 10 pounds each. Plus we have side plates that are also rifle because you're gonna get shot in the side as well. So I had to switch my plates to a lighter plate, which is also what we're looking at with the new system, because I couldn't walk the next day. You're wearing these, our longest deployment was 12 hours. So our old kit was the full underneath we just talked about, plus all these plates, plus the helmet, plus the rifle gear, plus everything else. It was 120-pound addition on top of it, which you kind of understand from doing fire stuff. Doing that for 10 to 12 hours, it was just destroying the guys. They couldn't do it. So this is what they're wearing right now. If you want to feel it, like I said, it's lighter. Okay, it's actually about 22 pounds lighter than what they're wearing. Okay. Okay.
Pretty amazing.
That's lighter than what.
And this is lighter than
Mine's
what the
lighter.
average.
Okay.
Mine is 20 pounds
So
lighter.
the new system will be,
So the new system is what we're looking at, the equipment that Chief Deputy Mayfield chose, brought to my attention, I evaluated. The complete vest with new lighter plates is still going to be lighter than what that is. Now, we didn't go with a level 4 rifle plate. We switched to a 3. And the big thing that we need to accomplish, we decided we didn't need that 308, although this will still stop 7.62. The big issue we gotta do in the rifle plates is we have to stop, like the SS-109s, green tips that would puncture the armor.
Okay.
So that's what we're looking at. We're wanting a lighter plate that's roughly about 2.6 to 3 pounds versus a 9 to 10 pound plate. And then the full coverage all the way around. The nice thing with this system too, it's modular. So if we do what I call woods walk, so say we had somebody high-speed pursuit, they bail out in the woods, we're not gonna wanna carry all this gear
Right.
around for 48 hours in the hot woods. They can lose the shoulder cuffs if they want, they can lose the neck, the groin, and this one also comes with the rear pull down that the other ones did not. So they can adapt to the mission.
Okay.
So we'll have rifle coverage, we'll have the handgun coverage, we'll have side handgun, plus, if you look, you see the little 6x6s, that is rifle coverage for the side. And there's another one that says 6x6 and 7, what that is the pockets, you gotta add that onto the outside of the carrier to put your plates in.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
between the helmets and the gear, lighter, safer, will last quite a while. At the same time, we will deal with this down the road, but once again, have an incident where we have an operator that's,
No.
because we're not keeping up with it. And this is the same thing that the city's looking at going with this. So we're covering our side,
Okay.
they're gonna cover their side. This is just our side.
How,
Unfortunately, safety equipment's expensive.
How many are on your side?
So what we have right now, we have 4 operators and 2 apprentices. Apprentices are operators in training. So they have to be on a minimum of a year. And what they do is they're learning the ropes, but we used to use corrections officers in what we call our tactical support team. We gotta have somebody drive our county vehicles to get us there. We gotta have somebody maintain them, maintain our equipment and loadouts. So an apprentice is doing that role. So they're making sure the trucks are running, they're making, if there's an issue, the oil needs changed and so forth, they go do that. But when we get activated, their whole role is to go to the armory, and we have standard loadouts. They'll check what the call is, and I'll give them information. They start loading the trucks, so the operators can start planning. Very beginning, when we didn't have that support team, we actually left equipment, because you're trying to focus on what's going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff happening. So we have 6, the 2 new guys coming on, don't have any equipment at all. So they're not operators yet, but they're gonna be driving the vehicles. They may be running ammunition to us, more likely we'll be running less lethal equipment up to us. New batteries for our tactical pole lights, so on and so forth. So we wanna get them covered.
but they need to be protected just
They
like
gotta
you
be,
guys are,
yeah, they
right?
gotta be protected, so.
So this
Might
will
as well.
cover them.
It
So
will
it'd be,
cover
this is
them,
six
yes.
six
Yep.
full gears.
So what we're looking at, we've got 6 on our side, the county has 6, we got 2 medics, or I'm sorry, the city have 2 medics. Our ultimate goal is to get around 14 to 16, that will be years down the road, I understand that.
Oh, yeah.
That puts us in a good place, but right now, we are probably the most operators that we've ever had.
Good.
To give you an idea of what we're looking at and going with, our sister team, Boone County, is at 16, they're going for 20, and they can get the CLIA certification. You have to have 20 to get the CLIA certification.
What
So
does
you're
that
looking
mean?
at six.
So, we just
right
six,
now.
yeah, what's on there, is it 7? Okay, 7 may be on there. So we have me, Blackwell, Pelling, Farlow, Knapp, I'm sorry, that's who's on it right now, and then the
The two.
West,
Okay.
Okay.
which will be West, and it will be, Nick,
Nikolai.
yeah.
Yep.
So, but the CLIA is just one more thing, it shows how, as with
Okay.
every
Yeah,
team, you wanna be
gotcha.
professional, be
Okay.
considered. There's tiers, once you hit certain tiers, you're allowed to do certain things versus somebody's just a warranty. We're not a warranty, we're able to respond to hostage rescue, barricaded
Okay.
subject. We have done hostage rescue, we had kidnapping, when we had a subject held hostage. On average, we run anywhere from 3 to 13 calls a year. Sometimes we're called and we don't go actually
Right.
get to do anything.
Yeah.
We were contacted 19 times last year. Sometimes that is just for us coming up, providing support, or bringing some of our extra equipment. So whether it be a tactical camera, so we can search attics for subjects,
Okay.
you know, shields, all kinds of stuff, so.
How long does it take to get this stuff? Is it ready, or do they have to make it, or is it
Well,
ready?
yeah, they gotta
It's
be
on the
measured,
shelf?
they gotta be measured.
Okay, so
and
it's just
then,
like fire gear. It's
For the
got- there's-
vest is- yeah,
there's some
the vest would
turnaround
have to
time.
be
So you're looking about 6 to 8 weeks probably.
Okay.
to get-
And then,
Okay.
do you expect this to be every 5 years we'll have to upgrade, or roughly that's how long the
That's
manufacturer
typically
will,
the standard, like
will
Sean
warrant?
said. Will it last longer? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
But the warranty's only 5 years, basically, from the
5
manufacturer.
years is what they guarantee you.
Okay.
It also depends on how it's treated, but UV light, things like that degrade equipment. So
Yeah.
everybody, if you notice, like they got gear bags for the helmet and stuff, we try to keep it clean, keep it in a place that it's not gonna be degraded by chemicals,
Yeah.
sunlight, so on and so forth. But yeah, unfortunately, it's that monster. And then-
Fire gear is the same way.
Same way, and grants like was it BBJV grant, won't cover tactical stuff. You gotta come up with it. Are we going and stuff, or how do you go out there? They're struggling with
Sure.
this.
Yeah.
What happens to the old stuff?
What happens to it, we'll still use it.
For training.
As far as training, yeah.
Good.
So, I mean, no, I'm not gonna put it on somebody to go out for active duty, but if we're going out doing Sims training, I'm gonna put the old stuff on, not the new stuff. We'll do stuff like that. So, we have kept what we had in the past just for the reasons right there, and we'll continue to use that. So there are things that sometimes with some of the helmets, while it couldn't be ballistic properties, they might be able to use it for like a riot function. It still has, a function there, you just can't use it for ballistic.
Okay. Next question. Are you coming back tomorrow to ask for an additional, or do you have the money in your budget to buy this?
We were just coming here to present this first.
Okay.
And then give you an idea of what it, what it's cost, and then
Okay,
figure that stuff out, so.
okay.
I was wondering if you had so much going in the budget every year to cover every 5 years.
Well, I believe they're, now,
So if you go back and
Okay.
look at our budget that we've had for SWAT, it's only been a couple thousand a year. Same on
Okay.
the city side. Typically, you will outfit one operator total.
Maybe it's something
We
we
gotta
need
buy
to
our
look at.
munitions every year out of that.
Sure.
Because it expires every year or every 6 months. Trying to send guys off to training, so no, it will not.
No, yeah, I mean, I understand. Is the council meeting tomorrow? Okay. Okay, so you don't have an idea on how to pay for it?
not right now.
Okay,
How much
okay.
are we
I'm not
talking?
trying to put you on
So,
37,000, so it's
37.
not like it's gonna,
Right, so.
it's a substantial amount of money, but
Right.
it's certainly
I think this
achievable.
is actually
Yeah,
less than what we paid
Yeah.
the first time
Yeah.
around when we bought the whole setup last time.
okay. I plan on coming tomorrow, so I'll say something.
I was just gonna give you an idea of what this, what the new
Yes.
stuff will look like.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Well,
That's
yeah.
assuming you guys you guys support this purchase. To
Yeah,
me, it's a
sure.
no-brainer.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to move forward with it. I think we have to keep them
Yeah,
Yeah.
compliant and with the newest gear.
I'll second it.
Now, I don't want to speak for council, but I think we can find some.
Sure.
There's a fund or two in particular that
Okay.
probably has some available, so.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. We'll figure out a way to get this stuff as quick as we can.
Okay.
Because
Hey.
I know if we make an additional, I mean, we could still go ahead and order it. We may not be able to pay for, if we may ask for an additional, the next time we could get it would be when? July. So, I don't know if they'll work with you guys as far as that goes, would allow you to order it and get it without paying up front, or if we gotta find something, we'll figure it out, okay?
Yeah, normally you don't have, you're not gonna pay for it till you receive it. So, and with the way that things are, with probably people not working and stuff.
Sure.
I'm saying 6 to 8, it may be 10,
Yeah.
12, just waiting that long, so, on
Okay.
that part of it, so.
So, I will, I'll go to the council tomorrow and broach the topic with them, and I'll get some kind of an idea. And I'll send you an email tomorrow or a text or something, tell you to go ahead and start ordering stuff. Does that
Well,
sound all
I'll
right?
be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know,
Okay.
I don't know,
I will go.
Oh, okay,
That-
all
I
right.
think the visual's good.
right.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What else?
The last thing, was, any word on this, retiree insurance? I know last time you were possibly gonna set up a meeting with, IU or whoever, so.
So, we haven't had our insurance committee meeting. It comes, I believe, in July, is that right? So
Okay.
we will discuss there. They've gotten us some preliminary information, but I would rather wait till our group meets and then we can discuss and we'll get in contact with you guys about it.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Okay. Next item on the agenda this morning is to open the road resurfacing bids. I think there's a lot of folks here for that. A lot of unfamiliar faces this morning.
So there should be probably two, Project 1 and Project 2
Okay.
in each one, I
Okay.
think, according to this sheet here.
Okay.
correct?
And this is for our CC Community Crossings matching grant projects, correct? 800 north and 1100 east? Yep.
First one I'm gonna open is from Central Paving. Okay, so the first one is County Road 800. That would be Project 1. 800 north from SR 39 to SR 75. Their total is $714,133.66. And then for Project 2, let's see here, right away. This is going to be from County Road 1100 east from State Road 28 to County Road 400 south. Their total cost for Project 2 is $677,254.90. The grand total for all, $1,391,418.56. Next one's gonna be DC Construction. All right, so Project 1 is going to be $928,553.01. Project 2, $884,192.55. Total for both projects, $1,812,745.56.
Where is DC Construction?
DC is in Noblesville. Next one is going to be,
Were there bids for virgin material or wrap material alternates?
so it looks like okay. Yeah, it looks like there's gonna be different bids here. This one is project 1A, and so I'm imagining this has just different materials, is that correct, or?
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
or a wrap material.
Okay.
So those prices will probably be cheaper.
Okay. All right. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna read I wanna turn them over then afterwards and let, Rick take a look at them, and then he can go through them, because I'm sure he knows more about that kind of information, but I appreciate you letting me know that, thank you. Is that okay if I just read
Yeah.
the first bids and let
Yeah.
you know first, okay? Yeah, I could tell the price was significantly different, for sure. Correct, yeah, the price was, there was a big difference between the prices. Yeah, right, so,
Are all the bids that way, or is all the,
that was the first one I saw that was that way.
okay.
All the bids should be that way,
All-
per an end of two.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll let Rick take a look at them, and he can go through them and see what the difference is between the
Okay.
addendums. This one is going to be from E&B Paving. Not even gonna write it down. Let's see here. Addendum number 2. All right, County Road 800 North from SR 39 to 75. For project 1, this is $748,755.06. $775.06, okay. And project 2, $711,896.05. And then they also have the addendums as well. Is that okay, or do you want me to read the addendums? Okay.
I think that's, I mean, as long as we're reading all the same one.
Right,
I
yeah.
assume is that the base one then?
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah, that's just the first one that was provided.
Which one do we usually go with, Rick? On the, huh?
Would that be then the more expensive of the two bids probably, or not? Okay.
I'm trying to get through my head, which
Yeah.
is,
And we can go back to,
that's okay.
We'll just have them all compiled, broken down individually.
okay.
So that we can evaluate it then.
This one's gonna be from Midwest Paving. All right. Okay, this one is for the County Road 800 North, Project 1, $775,703.10. Project 2, $765,387.75. And then they also have the addendums as well. Do you want me to read the total of the first two for you, or just keep them the way they are?
Just keep, as long as they're the same.
Yep, okay. All right. right, this one's from Milestone. Let's see here. Okay, so this one is, it looks like, for the project one, it's going to be $770,388.42. And then for the second one, it's going to be $783,228.95. It looks like we have one more from Reith Riley. Okay. All right, Reith Riley, project one, $772,093.32. Project two, $723,432.30. And I'll leave these bids up here too for inspection if anybody wants to see them here afterwards, and you can go through and see the second addendums.
So Grady Brothers never sent a bid?
I didn't see one in there, no.
Okay.
That was one that was listed on the form here, but I did not get one from them.
Which we didn't mention.
Okay, that was the last one?
That was the last
All
one.
right. Okay, well, I recommend we take those under advisement and we'll make a decision at our next meeting. You know, let Rick take a good look at them and we'll make a decision then. That's okay with you guys? Good with me.
Second the motion.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Okay, next on the agenda this morning is the county highway update. Morning, Rick.
You know, we got the Kelly Road project done,
Yes.
and I gave Mark Timmons some pictures and what kind of damage we did to the cross.
Okay.
Or measured it off, and we're shooting calcium right now. They should wrap up today or tomorrow, depending on the rain. If it rains too much, they have to stop.
Okay.
And we're still hauling stone for chip sealing. We're still trying to, we should wrap up this week.
Okay.
So when we get done hauling stone, we got our paver out, we're gonna try to do some paving in some spots.
Okay.
And I think that spot on 1100 in front of the elevator, I might as well do it myself if I want it done now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it gets a lot of traffic there.
It gets a lot of traffic and it looks really bad.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think we can do it. It's not gonna look professional, but it'll be done.
Sure.
All right.
I'm sure.
Are you gonna put a little thicker base underneath there?
Yeah, we gotta raise the road up.
Yeah, because I mean, all those trucks, we turn and the wheels are in the same place and
I'm
they
gonna-
just cut on it the
I'm
whole
gonna
time.
talk to the manager of the elevator.
Okay.
There's a tile right there. They've got it covered up. I don't know why they have it covered up.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get that opened up, and if I need to put a block of cement or something there
Yeah.
to protect it, why, we will.
Okay.
All righty?
Good.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
Sounds good. Thanks, Rick. Okay, next up this morning is Liz Stitzel. Good morning, Liz.
I don't have a whole lot this morning. The main thing, I emailed some information to you all ahead of time.
Yeah, no.
We'd had some conversation about the mowing ordinance, and I apologize, it took us a little while to get info together. Actually took a bit to go back that far between other things, but I did send a spreadsheet. Tried to include all the information we thought might be relevant. And there's a summary on the last page that kind of shows what the total we've paid to the mower over the last 6 years, and then what we've billed. We just, as a matter of principle, we put an additional, when we have to file a lien, we put an additional $300 for administrative costs, fuel, time between the attorney and our office. So that's the difference between those two things, bill plus $300. Then what we've successfully collected, which is only slightly above what we've paid for mowing. And then I noted what's been released or is uncollectible because of a tax sale or, something else that's come along. And then there's a little bit that's still pending as well. So I'm happy to answer questions or, go whatever direction you wish to in terms of conversation. I'm not sure how I can be most helpful.
Can we table that to where we got time to try to decipher?
Yeah, that'd be that's what I was gonna recommend. I need more time to look at it.
It's totally okay. And if you have specific questions for us that you need answers to, just let us know. We'll find them. I know it's a lot. It took us a while to get it all.
Well, I personally don't think we should be in the mowing business, but I also think there's times that we maybe need to mow something.
We struggled with the same conversation in our office between
Yeah.
Kat and I.
Yeah.
And I think we, in that email, we kind of cited all the options that we could think of, talking in ways and directions that you might decide to go. And you might have some other ideas, but
I just don't want to have every single person coming in here and us making individual decisions. So whatever we come up with needs to be kind of.
Standalone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're gonna hear when there's an issue and someone feels like they need to voice their opinion here, but to be ruling on it individually seems like
Which is
a
what
lot.
we're doing right
I
now.
don't know of any way we
Well-
do that fairly.
historically, I mean, not just this group of commissioners, but really most boards, oftentimes with requests like that, unless there's some pressing reason, you usually end up mowing it. So, if that's where, if that's where you want to go, then, might as well just do it. Or if you decide, what the amount that we're mowing and the types of sites they are just isn't worth burdening the entire population, that's a fair stance too. But
That's where I'm
I
at.
see the merit in trying to avoid the case by case.
Okay.
The weeds are the responsibility of the township, correct?
They can
Is the mowing
spray,
too?
they cannot, they're not supposed to mow, but they
Okay.
spray.
They can- all right.
Spray.
Okay, yeah, we can look into it a little more. It's fine with me.
Okay. What else, Liz?
I think that's, oh no, I do have one other thing. I think as a couple of you have mentioned that you've noticed the Manson elevator
On.
gone, yep. And I expect they'll be sending us a bill any day that I'll forward on. But I was gonna tell you, if you haven't been by the site, you might swing by and take a look. It does still look, there's some substantial foundation there. Doesn't pose a danger really to anybody. Did have a conversation and, he stepped out. County Highway in the fall, when they are doing ditch work, they're gonna have some extra soil. So he's willing to haul that out there
Oh, okay.
and try to cover up where we've got foundation that's kind of in a pile and it's real rough, to walk across or whatever. And just try to get that flattened and,
I guess I do have a dumb question here, but we were just talking about mowing, but it looks awful.
that property,
the
Tomorrow and
trees and
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
that's something that we can send the county out to mow that area, or,
it's your property, so
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, I mean, if you want it mowed, we can try to kind of keep tabs on it and periodically ask the mower to go out and send the commissioners a bill or whoever. I think it's technically under the redevelopment commission, so however you want that billed.
Yeah, I can't remember if we own that or not.
I thought
we
it was
did.
under the commissioners.
Yeah, I thought it was back under us, but.
Maybe it
Yeah,
is.
I'm-
And then the third property there is privately owned, but they have an agreement with
Yes.
you to purchase it back as soon as we have a use. So,
Okay.
We'll figure that out.
Yep.
Mowing it.
but that's, unless you have anything else for me, we're just continuing with grass and normal seasonal stuff.
Okay. Nope, I don't.
I don't.
Thanks.
think-
Have a good morning.
Okay, next up, we have old business. We have one item under old business, and It's to approve a pay app from Atlas for the wastewater infrastructure project. And all we need is
You don't sign it.
right, just a motion to approve it.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Just a quick update on that, while we're talking about it, is they're behind schedule a little bit. Instead of having a June, I can't remember what date, their completion date was June 12th, and they've asked for 35 days to complete the project to July 17th. It's fine with NHK, it's fine with everybody else that's involved in the project, so I went ahead and told them that was fine. They ran into some issues when they were boring underneath the interstate, that there were some extremely hard materials underneath there that they had issues that they couldn't go all the way through from one side, and so they kind of had to try to meet in the middle, and it was just kind of a mess. So they got thrown off a little bit on their schedule. But they're aware of what that means as far as they're gonna have to take care of the trucking the waste material out until it's up to full functioning, and so anyway, that's kind of where we're at on that.
Okay.
So, any other old business?
I don't have
No.
any, no.
Any new business?
No?
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 Okay. I've got a couple of things. I talked to you guys the other day about the roof for the tractor club at the fairgrounds. They did get 3 estimates, and the lowest was the one, and they're out in my truck. I aimed to bring them in here, and I didn't, but, way back when the shelter was built for the Antique Tractor Club, the commissioners at that time, which I don't know who they were, probably Doc McLean and somebody else, I don't know, agreed that if the tractor club paid the money to construct the shelter, and then the deal was if they ever needed to put a new roof on it, that the commissioners would pay for half. So I don't have anything in writing, but I also don't have any reason not to believe them. So the estimate came in, the lowest one was, I think I told you guys, 12 and some change, so it amounted to $6,300 for the county. So I'd like to go ahead and
Who was the low
get that
estimate?
going. I can't remember the gentleman's name. I only know that they were an Amish company that was doing it, and I
It
can't
has to
remember
be
where they're
steel.
from.
It's asphalt now.
It's asphalt now, and they want to put steel on it. So it doesn't have to be steel, but they'll never have to mess with it again, and we probably won't either if they put steel on it. At least not while we're commissioners.
We won't either on 35-year asphalt.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't think I will.
That's true. That's true. So.
Pretty sure I won't.
So anyway, that's the update on that. I can ask them, if you would like.
That's what they want.
Yeah. So, either way,
I'll make a motion to go ahead and
Okay.
help them with that.
awesome.
Second.
Okay. Motion carries 3-0. Were you gonna, I hate to put you on the spot, Renee, but Renee and I talked the other day, and I don't know if this is under new business or should be under her department head report, but, if you wanna. Go ahead. We've got a tower issue here. It's
Yes.
bad.
So I'm still working on that.
Okay.
So, as you know, the antenna came down from the water tower. We knew there would be issues, it's been more significant than what we anticipated. A lot more significant issues than what we anticipated. So, we are looking, I say we, Colleen and I, and then Scott Shoemaker with the police department, we started talking like back in April, and I think when I emailed you and trying to come up with a long-term solution. This may not help us short-term, but, and it may not ever happen again in my career, but we have to do something. We can't have this happen again. So I'm still working on this. Liz, we've had a meeting with her as well, like
Okay.
looking for some guidance on different things and her expertise that she understands. Still working with the state as well. We did find out, because I was hoping to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if we could put a new tower up at the new city police department. It would be at the back of their lot. I was hoping to be able to increase our height.
Height, yeah.
And we found out in meeting with Liz, and she reached out to Butler Fairman, is that correct? We can't go higher than 150.
Okay.
So it's gonna be about the same as what we were. Liz did say there was another area, like I'm gonna look into it, but I think our best bet is to stick there at the police department. I had an informal meeting with the city. I was supposed to meet with Scott, and he said, hey, like, can you come over and just explain like how things work? Because, you know, the mayor, you know, how the radio system works and things function. So I did have an informal meeting that I did tell Josh about that as well. You know, and they absolutely are like, you know, you have our support. We would do an interlocal agreement. There would be we wouldn't have to purchase anything. They would do an interlocal agreement and allow us to put a tower on their site. So I'm still working on numbers. Things, of course, things can change, as we know, with construction and everything, like, you know, like costs and things. So I'm still working on that, but moving forward, because we have to do something, it's not the greatest, and I don't want this to happen again,
Like,
you know.
What's the height of it now?
Pardon?
What's the height?
It's approximately right at around 150. They're
How
on top
often-
of the
How often do they redo the tower?
which they've not. So we started construction for Central Dispatch in 2010, opened in 11, and they've not done it since. So I said, this may be like something that in my career, or, you know, like,
Yeah.
we may not have this again, but we've got to do a long term. Like, this is, it's critical. It's communications, it's public safety, you know, like, I have asked multiple times. I've called the state back, like, are you sure there's nothing else we can do? I've talked to Raycom, you know, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yep.
No one hates it more than me.
I know.
That's like 75,000 for a new tower.
Yes, and that's just like the tower itself, so we would have to have, so the building that's under the water tower, that's like our infrastructure for the radio that connects to the cabling, to the antenna. So that would, and it's all bolted down inside, so that building, like, it would take a crane to move that building from underneath.
But it is portable.
It is portable, yes, yes. So, you know, I'm gonna say, and I don't have exact numbers, I'm gonna say less than 200,000. That's being, you know, if the antenna and the tower is able to go up there and things. And the other thing too, you know, like Scott and I talked, it would be ideal time when, like, they are pouring footers or whatever there, like, that there's already a cement truck gonna be on site.
Right. No, I understand.
You know, like, to kind of kill two birds with one stone. So, we have to look at this long term. You know.
So just to give you guys an idea of what house, and I don't know how familiar you are with how our radios work, but right now, we're having trouble, and I'm sure the sheriff's department's having trouble. I know city police are having trouble, but it's particularly worrisome to myself because not only personally, but the guys that I work with right now, when we're inside a building, we cannot communicate with dispatch if we're done. So what that also means is that we have a Mayday button on that radio that we can hit if we get in trouble. That doesn't work either.
On a TAC channel. Yes.
It won't reach out.
On a TAC channel,
Right.
yes. I mean, it's going to take them, if they go to a TAC channel is on all, it's on all of the radios. It basically becomes, for layman's terms, like a walkie-talkie, a direct. So, and we don't have those in dispatch. They are just on all the portables. So they can go to that inside a building, but if they have to Josh has to activate an emergency button, the TAC channels, the emergency button doesn't work on TAC channels because they're not part of the 800 portion of the radio. So it's going to take him to know he needs to spin his dial and then push the button. So on a TAC channel, those
Right.
don't work. You
So
have
then
to get
the
off
guy
of
who's outside, who's in charge of the fire scene, he's got two radios
Yes.
now. One to talk to the guys inside, which used to we didn't have that. I mean, it's not, doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is a safety issue. So
And again, we knew like it would, you know, and they told us all along, like it would probably diminish our in-building.
yeah, right.
You know, and we all kind of knew that, but it's critical. It's critical, and it's
So
not
anyway.
just always in building too. I mean, we had struggles just on normal.
What would be
routines.
the time frame of getting this thing up and together and,
I'm not exactly sure on that either. Like, if we could do it sooner rather than later, and maybe it never even go back up on the tower. I mean,
That would be the ideal
that would
scenario.
be ideal.
Yeah,
That would be ideal. So I am continuing to work on this,
okay.
get numbers, you know, like there's lots of things like this, that, you know, like we have FAA and FCC,
Yeah.
approval that has to be and things like that. So there's
Okay.
lots of,
Red tape.
yeah.
and the 150 feet meets all the other setbacks as far as falling and,
As far as I know, so that gets into the ordinance.
Yes. And Don Stock did call me the other day as well.
If it doesn't, then you're gonna be looking at getting a setback. That
Sure.
side, but I know on
Yes.
our side, usually it's a public safety concern. We dealt with Forest
Right.
Township and Fire Department.
Yeah.
Usually do, there's a practical worry there in that safety, so you get the variance and you make sure
Yeah.
that public safety.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
So
The
I will,
FAA is the big one, because they're,
sure.
you know,
No, yeah, I
they
get it.
have
Yeah, they
that
gotta,
decision, there's no way around that without gutting the value of the airport.
yeah.
so I will definitely keep you updated and posted.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, what else? We've got a lot of equipment upgrades coming up too,
We
don't
do,
we?
we do. I was hoping to be able to bring those to you today. I
Okay.
did have a
Okay.
meeting with Motorola. So, just as, all of, like the portables and mobiles have an end of life, our radio equipment in the equipment room does have an end of life as well. So working on that, knowing that that was gonna be coming, this year with budgets and things. In our meeting, I will get those numbers when I have the final. They'd given me one and I asked them to rework a few things. So as soon as, I anticipate
Okay.
getting that back this week, and I'll get that to you and bring it to you formally in a meeting, but just as a heads up on that as well. So it's a significant, that we knew was going to come. What else on that, Josh?
I don't know how far you wanna go. I hate, I'm sorry. to
Right,
put you on
no,
the
I-
spot.
no,
We
I-
talked
yeah.
about a lot of stuff the other day. A
Yes,
lot of
we did, and
significant
so I hate to, and I don't wanna just talk and not
Yeah.
have things in front of you
Yeah.
for you to
Yeah.
look at, you know, like it's a whole proposal and things. So just, you know, it's coming,
Okay.
and I anticipate, and as soon as I get it, I'll go ahead and forward it to you and then come to you formally at a meeting, but that way you have time to look over it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Josh and I, we talked about a lot of things,
Yeah.
and, you know, I just wanted like a heads up of things to come and what I was working on, just so you guys kinda know.
Okay.
And then Josh, we jinxed it.
Oh, really?
Oh, I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Oh.
So I need to ask to go ahead and start a process.
Oh, gosh darn it.
So I have one that is put in as 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, but you know, I wish him well. He's a great dispatcher. I hate to lose him, but you know, he's
Yeah.
making a change and
Full staff?
you know,
Like,
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
just like-
seems like it.
yeah, I told him even, I said I shouldn't even mention it. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have. So I am asking permission to go ahead and move
I'll
forward
make a
with-
motion to
yeah.
start the process of hiring a new.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0.
Okay. All right. Well, I will keep you posted
Okay.
as well. So,
All right.
anything
Sounds,
else?
no, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other department heads this morning? Okay, we'll move on to claims. Or, I'm sorry, commissioner reports.
Oh,
No, no, good, all right.
covered a lot.
Okay. Okay, in the matter of claims, we have claims dated May 21st, 2021, in the amount of $4,332.71. Claims dated May 28th in the amount of $35,426. Claims dated June 4th in the amount of $30,739.95. We have biweekly claims dated June 7th in the amount of $300,514.65. And we have court claims dated June 7th in the amount of $21,619.10.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims as read.
Second.
Okay, claims are approved 3-0. We have payroll dated May 7th, 2021 in the amount of $428,039.10. And we also have payroll dated May 21st in the amount of $404,111.24.
Make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
Okay, payroll's approved 3-0. The matter of minutes, we have minutes dated May 3rd, 2021 from a regular meeting. We have minutes dated from a regular meeting on May 18th, 2021. Special meeting minutes dated on May the 11th, 2021 and May 27th, 2021.
Motion to approve all three sets.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Is there any other business that needs to come before the Board of Commissioners this morning? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.